I tried to enjoy the race. It was an okay race, like you said, for dirt. Like I said, the intro, man, I was reminiscing on old Bristol the whole time. Concrete Bristol is where they should be racing. Right venue, wrong track surface. It was a dirt race. It had its moments. You also had moments in the race where everybody was wrecking every 5 laps, which was like the truck race, which truck race was awful. And I did my best to enjoy it, but two Toyotas battling there at the end. It always ruins it because I'm not a Toyota fan. So here's what it is, man. I'm glad that like before we started recording, I cheered you for us getting through another Bristol Dirt Race, and I hope to God it's the last one because I'm ready for at least
I've heard rumors it is the last one.
I hope so. And the past couple of years, we've heard that we'll get into this a little later, but before the race was even over, the past 2 years, they say, all right, we're coming back next year. Right, coming back next year. We haven't heard nothing about that yet. And the stands tonight were terrible. Yeah. It was just as bad as I've seen one of the last spring non-COVID Bristol races back in 2018 when they raced on a Monday afternoon. And I skipped college. I skipped class to watch that race. So it was bad attendance tonight. I know Marcus Smith said earlier in the week about they sold the most tickets they had this year than last year. Well, if they did, nobody showed up for it because it was ants in a big old cornfield. What it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was a race. I think it was the best dirt race we've seen out of the Cup Series in recent memory. Out of the 3, I think it was the best on-track product. But that's not saying a whole lot. Year 1 was terrible. Last year was hit or miss. It was decent racing, but whenever you try to be something you're not, it doesn't work. The World of Outlaws, late models, sprint cars, they're going to put on a better show on dirt. Just like, we said last year, those guys can't put on a good show on asphalt. We can't put a good show on dirt. That's probably the best we're going to do as NASCAR goes. And like you said, it wasn't a terrible race, but it's not Bristol. If that race is at Eldora and that takes a Dakota race or the Chicago Street Course race or one of the Michigan dates, which Michigan only has one date now anyway, but if it takes, one of those races that isn't the most competitive to begin with, it's probably not looked down as poorly on as it is, but you're taking away a top 5 race. Granted, it's not the Bristol night race, but it's still Bristol.
It's Bristol, baby.
It's
many people's favorite
top
track.
2 for everybody. I'm an outlier. I think Darlington's the best racetrack,
but you still got it in the top 3. Right?
But Bristol, if it's not Darlington, it's Bristol.
Yeah.
I like Darlington just because it's more competitive.
And usually, I will say, but you've never been to Bristol.
And I've never been to Bristol.
And once you go there, I think, I'm not saying you'll immediately change your mind, but going to Bristol is just, like, I've still never, the only other track that I feel like maybe can compete with that is the Daytona 500. I've never been. I want to go one day. But going to Bristol, man, there's not an atmosphere like it, man. It's incredible. Yeah. And that's why it's my favorite track. Especially the ones I've been to. Like the 2019 Bristol Night Race is my favorite race ever. And my guy didn't even win. He finished like 5th or 6th or something.
Well, my guy never wins. So
that's fair.
What's it like seeing your guy?
I've never seen my guy win at where the track I'm at. I never have. I've been close a few times. Never have. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just where it's at, man. It's, Bristol's my favorite track. And for them to put dirt on it, it just feels like a disgrace. Like you're putting like you bake a perfectly good cake and you just ruin it by putting fucking.
It's like being a 10, like a smoke, a 10 out of 10, a smoke.
And having a cock.
And you have a nose ring. You got one of them fucking.
You don't like nose rings?
Septum nose.
Oh, those.
The bull rings.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Brooke has a nose ring.
I like them in the
stud's fine.
nostrils.
Even a hoop in the nostrils.
You know the technical terms. I don't know. I just know the not kind of like your
septum. The septum is the middle part of the nose. If you have a hook, a bull ring in the septum, pussy probably good, but hey, they crazy. That shit gripping. But anyway,
11 minutes in, we've done gone off the rails.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, Mom, I hope you're not listening to this episode of the Highline,
Mama.
But
I want to go home.
But anyways, you're ruining it. You're taking something that's great, and you're ruining it.
It's like you're ruining it all over a cake.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. It just don't seem to work at all.
Nope. Shout out Morgan Wallen. Hey, pussy.
Kyle Larson, what about him today?
Those two said the same words.
Exactly.
Like I said, it's probably it's the best race we've seen on out of the 3 races, but I can't enjoy it. I know the drivers.
Was it the worst race of the year so far? I think so.
Yes.
I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't either. Phoenix was pretty bad.
It just felt like it didn't feel important. It doesn't feel important.
Well, it doesn't. And that's, I don't know. We like I said, we wouldn't mind a dirt race. It's not at Bristol. And even if you want to do a points paying race at a dirt track, just don't do it at Bristol. Do it at Eldora. I don't care. Exhibition, that'd be perfect. I would love that. Replace fucking the LA Clash next year with fucking the Eldora Clash. I'd be perfectly fine with that. I'd be cold as shit. I'd be in fucking February in Indiana.
February in goddamn Iowa.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But whatever.
Indiana.
Do it the fucking All-Star race. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to do. Just
the only way they could do the All-Star race there is if they brought North Wilkesboro back for a actual race, which I think they're gonna do.
North Wilkesboro? Oh, to a real... Okay, I thought I was about to say we're racing in North Wilkesboro.
I think they're going to bring it back.
I hope so.
As a racetrack.
I hope so. Let's go back to Texas. Let's go back to Texas.
Texas World Speedway?
Yeah, let's go to Chicagoland. No shit, we need to go back there.
Fucking street course.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was congratulations to Christopher Bell.